I'm going to be asking the Prime Minister about the impact of drugs policy on my constituency of Bristol West, because on BBC One the night before will have been the first part of a 4-part documentary which is called Drugsland, which was filmed in my constituency of Bristol West, and it shows quite full on, quite hard hitting, the impact of current drugs policy, yes, on drug users and drug addicts, but also on innocent bystanders, on communities, on the police, on the wider neighbourhoods. And so I'm going to be asking the Prime Minister if she will commit to reviewing the 1973 Misuse of Drugs Act, which is a really outdated piece of legislation, and is whatever it was designed to do, it's clearly not working, as the documentary shows.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the BBC are currently broadcasting Drugsland, a documentary series shot in my constituency of Bristol West, showing the catastrophic impact of drugs and drug laws, not just on users, but on the police and innocent bystanders. So will the Prime Minister commit to watching Drugsland and to a royal commission on our drug laws, which are plainly failing?
I'm pleased to say that the Home Office, under my right honourable friend, the Home Secretary, launched the government's drug strategy only a matter of weeks ago. We recognise the importance of this issue. Drugs significantly affect people's lives, and sadly we also see people dying as a result of drugs, taking drugs, but also the criminal activity that takes place around drugs. We take this very seriously. That's why we've launched our strategy.
I didn't expect the Prime Minister to commit to watching the documentary, though I really wish she had. And I was expecting her to refer to the government's drug strategy, which she did. But what was disappointing about that is the drug strategy actually isn't taking notice of the evidence. So the hard evidence is that people are dying of heroin overdoses in this country way, way, way out of proportion, way more than any other European country, and we're not taking enough notice of the reasons for that. But also, I wanted her to address the fact that our police are doing their best, but they're struggling with reduced funds, and that I get told time and time again on the doorstep and in my constituency surgery of people who are really fed up with dealers who are violent and frightening in their streets, as was shown on the documentary last night, or in their stairwell of their blocks of flats, and they are fed up with the impact on them as communities. Now, whatever the laws were designed to do, they're clearly not working. There needs to be a complete change of outlook in how we deal with drugs and drug users and drug addicts, so that the people who are caught up in this, the police, neighbourhoods, innocent bystanders, drug users' families, as well as drug users, that we can see a change that benefits them.